Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Kaba Ilco number 7240 DC in a 26D finish. This is a dummy cylinder is what it is. It's a somewhat unusual dummy cylinder in the sense that it is an inch-and-a-half long. Okay, the 7240 DC, all of that conspires to mean inch-and-a-half long dummy cylinder, and that's measured from the underside of the head to what would be the back of the cam if it were to have a cam. So actually this body is coming up a little short. That's because mortise cylinders are measured from the underside of the head to the back of the cam. A dummy is not going to have a cam, so therefore it's going to physically not measure inch-and-a-half. It's going to be the thickness of the cam less. The DC means dummy cylinder. The 26D, of course, that's going to mean satin chrome, and that's a peel-away protective film that's there, showing satin chrome. And where are you going to use such a thing? Well, a dummy cylinder is used when you need to blank something off. A hole that's been drilled in the wrong place, or the removing of a keyed cylinder or some sort of apparatus when the function of the door has changed, or the permissibility of what's on the door has changed, meaning you might have a 2 1/4, it could happen, you might have a 2 1/4 inch thick aluminum door. They're not that unusual, and the inspector might say, well, you've got a key cylinder there now, and you say, yeah, I don't want someone to break the glass and be able to open my door. Well, that prevents emergency egress in such a situation without special knowledge. The inspector may permit or may allow or not require the installation of exit device hardware, but might allow, if you remove the cylinder, blank it off, and then put a decal, door to remain unlocked during business hours, which we can sell to you, by the way, sort of scenario. And if you had a 2 1/4 inch thick door, it's very likely that an inch-and-a-half cylinder, something longer than standard, would be required to blank that off. I'm kind of grasping at straws as to where you'd use such a long cylinder, but anywhere where you need a little bit longer length than the typical 1.1/8 or 1 inch or 1.25 dummy cylinder, all of those are far more common than anything 1.5 naturally. Okay, unusual door thickness is probably the case, or you might be removing a cylinder from a door, and it might be interchangeable core, which are notoriously longer than standard cylinders. And you might measure that and say, okay, well, that's what I need, because you've got these cylinder collars that are there as well. And you probably could get away with a shorter cylinder and then removing a cylinder collar or changing it to a smaller one. But nonetheless, wherever you would need a little bit longer length on a dummy cylinder, 7240 would be the way to go. Naturally, this is available in other finishes as well. For sure, your brass, your bronze, your chrome type colors, and others. There is it can be special ordered. We only have it in satin chrome in our site. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Kaba Ilco products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, which for this material is called the brass cylinder catalog, and that will allow you to review this material specifically apart from the entire key blank catalog, and also apart from their storefront catalog as well. The 7240 from that catalog is going to allow you to see if you were to search that document for 7240, you'll be able to see all of the dummy mortise cylinders that are available and how the part number changes as the length changes. And you'll see you can technically go from everywhere from 3/4 inch long all the way down to 2 inch long. And while not all of that is stock, it all can be ordered. It can all be special ordered, even though sometimes you've got a requirement of a certain minimum quantity to order, and then also a multiple requirement, meaning you might have, if you needed 1 3/4 dummy cylinders, I know that I've sold those in the past, but if you wanted it in an unusual finish, like maybe a satin bronze, the factory would probably force us to buy 10 of those, so be mindful of that. But that brass cylinder catalog is very helpful because it will allow you to review all of the items brass cylinder related from Kaba Ilco. Mortise cylinder, rim cylinder, key and knob, lever and deadbolt cylinders. Every conceivable finish and keying option is all available there as well. A very high quality manufacture of this material because it's solid brass base material is what this is. It's all made of solid brass, which permits very high machining tolerances on the manufacturing end of the material, which means when you're keying the material, it works very nice and smoothly when it's been pinned properly. Finally, if you have any questions on the Kaba Ilco 7240 DC in a US 2060 finish or any other Kaba Ilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.